Hi everyone, it's Adrienne. Tonight I wanted to show you guys a spell that I'll be doing for myself. So this is going to be an herbal blend that I'll be putting in oil. You can modify this however you'd like. You can burn it dry, you can put it into candles, make it into incense sticks or incense cones. You can also make it into a wash to wash your area, or even make it into an herbal bath. So those are a couple of suggestions. The spell that I'm doing for myself is going to be a fox animal totem spell. So this is going to be for more of a protection, exorcism, cleansing of my area, because there is a being on my radar. I'm aware that she's there. She's aware that I'm here. I don't like it, so I'm going to be doing this spell so I can take care of that. Now, the reason why I'm using a fox is because the fox was given to me by my goddess, the Morgan, as a counterpart to go into the fairy realm. This being is from the fairy realm. And now it is important to have a counterpart going into different realms, because you don't know what you're going to bump into or get into. And it's it's easier to get through areas, especially if you're not aware of it. And some areas may be worse than others, or not quite the place that you want to be. So you can use different animal totems or insect totems. You can also use your gods or goddesses, or singular, and maybe animal and or insect totems that are associated with them. So maybe you would like to use a dog or a raven. Ravens have that snake-like beak. They can definitely protect, and they can scour the area, flying over the area, making sure everything's all right. I know the raven and crow are associated with my goddess, so they do frequently keep an eye out on me anyway, so that's also nice. You could maybe have a porcupine or armadillo. They're heavily guarded, and even a skunk. Skunk knows how to protect their space too. So you can go maybe the smaller animals, or you can go to like maybe a more aggressive animal that you may resonate more than the ones that I'm mentioning right now. So those are a couple of suggestions. Or even a hawk to keep an eye out too. So the first herbs that I'm getting in my head, they're actually ones that are berries, and I'm being told that although the fairy realm is next to our realm, it's going to be a long journey for the fox, and the fox is going to be hungry. The fox is like a scavenger. It searches for its food. It's an omnivore. It does eat plants, and also it eats little smaller animals. So I do have my area cleanse in my apartment, and also I do have a mason jar to put my herbal and oil in. At the end of the spell, I'll dress a pendant, and I'll attach it to this bracelet. So this is a fox pendant, and I think it's going to go beautifully with this one. I love its green eyes. So I'll be right back. And if you watched, sorry, I had a burp coming. If you watched my job manifestation oil on my other channel, I will be doing my personal and witchy videos on here again. I do pause every time I either get stuff together, or I'm enchanting the stuff that I put into the spell, so that doesn't take up any more time on this video. So the first herb that I'm going to add, again, a lot of these are edible because the fox is hungry. These are juniper berries. And in this spell, we're using it for the cleansing exorcism aspect to it. It's also good for if you don't want people stealing from you. So this being wants to attach to something of mine, and that's why it's going to be really convenient to put this in the blend. This also is good for if you're trying to ward off evil, or try to break anything that was placed on you, or something that it's trying to do something to you. So that's already going to be your barrier for your spell. So we have the juniper berries in here, and this is a nice container because my other container that I showed in my last video, it was kind of foggy. The next herb that I will put in here are elderberries. It's nice that these are a sacred herb for the Celtics because the Morgan is a Celtic goddess. Now with this one, and I didn't mention for the juniper berries, in case something tries to do something to you, like attack you or put any spell on you, this is also going to be good to ward off those energies or those beings that try to do that. Also, I would say that this is, again, for protection, and it's also good for exorcism, but there are a lot of herbs that are well-rounded, that do a lot of different things. So I will be saying that a lot, but this is going to be more geared towards the exorcism part. And it's, when making a spell, at least to me, you don't need to add a bunch of things for the same thing because you're already adding for one thing. So this one is also for sticking to the spell, making this spell more firm, because this herb is good for people who want to have a faithful relationship, and this is also good for me with my relationship with the Morgan, my relationship with the fox, and my spell that I will be casting for myself. So these are the berries close up. So the next herb that I'm going to use is hawthorn. Now this is for maintaining more happiness, because when you have different energies going on, and especially when they don't connect to you or when they're lingering and they're not in your best interest, I will be bringing that back. Also, this herb is associated with the element of fire, and that reminds me of Aries, and the archangel of Aries is Archangel Ariel, Archangel maybe Adrienneleaa. I do have that, but it's not associated, well, my tattoo isn't meant for that, but after I found that out, I thought that was really cool, because Archangel Ariel, she is a protector of nature. She is also friendly with animals and the fairy realm. So she's a protector in that aspect too. So I'll be using this with her. Also, hawthorn is one of the sacred herbs of the fairy realm. Sorry. So this is also another offering for the fairies and for the fox, because the fox is one of those animals of the fairy realm too. And this is going to help direct the spell to this being, because it's this one is specifically to get her out of this area or banish her for good. The next herb that I'll be using is mint. So mint is also for prosperity, for this spell, for afterwards, to be able to continue to thrive in this area without a problem, without leaving any external effects from this being here. So this is also a good herb for money magic in case people are interested in using it for that. It's also good for protection and exorcism, as a lot of herbs are. And again, this is directed to this being, and this is also good for traveling magic, for journeying. In this case, sending her to a different, sending her back to wherever she came from. So the last herb that I'm going to use is lavender. Lavender is one of those well-rounded herbs. I'm using it for longevity because of the scent, because it does linger for a long time and it lasts for a long time with its plant life. I'm also having it be more of a purification for my area, and also to keep myself pure too, in terms of maybe chastity. Also having clear thoughts, a clear mindset, clear pure emotions and actions, so I'm not heavily influenced on any external energies or beings or spirits. This is also to calm the area down and for it to be more peaceful. This is what the herbs look like. This is also, lavender is also a loving herb too. So putting love back into it, and that's what I associate hawthorn with it too. So I'm going to get the oil and I'm gonna fill up the container. I'm going to dress the pendant right away, although it is good for the oil to set for a couple of weeks or even a couple of months. I need this oil more sooner than later, so that's why I'm doing it right away. But it will last me a while, so I can constantly get back to it and make sure that everything is okay. So the reason why it doesn't look like there's a little bit goes a long way for, especially for some herbs. Some herbs may require more, and depending on what your frequency is and how you react to the herbs is going to be more of a depending on the person. So I have vegetable oil. You don't need an expensive oil, but a lot of the times I like to use grapeseed oil, but I don't have any right now. And vegetable oil seems to last long in my apartment because rapeseed oil you don't need a lot for cooking. So I also use oils that I use for divination, also for cooking, as well as the herbs that I have here sometimes. And plus, these are cheaper too. Sometimes it does require a lot of oil, because I actually made another spell earlier. So this is like one of the last oil containers that I have, and then I need to get some tomorrow. So I'll shake it up a little bit. And it's great to reuse containers too. The last two containers, my last spell, I put into one that was my rosewater container. So this is more interesting looking. The other one that I made earlier today, sorry I keep reverting back to it, was a lot more prettier. This one seems more I don't want to say gloomy, but with the colors, doesn't look like the happiest one, but it's okay because, I mean, the purpose, it serves its purpose. And my other, the job manifestation was actually an alcohol bottle that somebody gave to me. So this is what it looks like. Again, I'm going to dress the pendant, but I don't have string on me, so I'll be right back again. This is my first time using this color for the hemp cord. And I got scissors. I'll have to do this off camera because I'm already at, it's going to be 15 minutes. So I actually didn't have to use this string. I still had to adjust it a little bit because it's not quite back to where it was before. I really wanted to be really careful with this because my friend, her name on YouTube is Freya Blue Moon, and also on Instagram, she made these bracelets. Her name is Mary, and I love it so much I didn't want to ruin it. So I was able to get the pendant on one of the ends. It's a little difficult with scissors because I didn't have what she probably used for this, or maybe she did use scissors and I'm just like not used to doing it, but it looks so pretty. Not like it wasn't gorgeous before, but this is what I'll be using for protection. And I thought that the herbal blend was darker, but actually when I'm looking at it when I was looking at it in the light, it was like, because of the hawthorn, it gave it more of a fall look. So I do have I don't know if you could see it better, or maybe I could, I'm sorry guys, do that. Man, I should have put my lamp below. I don't know if I closed it all the way after dressing my pendant, but it's so pretty. I hope you can see the hawthorn. It's like the reddy brown one. So that was my spell. I hope that it was helpful and it gave you some ideas. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in another video.